Hey, welcome back to my channel. This is Tiffany Visionista. My channel is Run Hard 11. The reason I named it Run Hard 11 is actually from an email address that I created a long time ago in high school. I was a long distance runner in high school, and I loved that name Run Hard 11 because I think if you're going to run, whether it's short distance or long distance, you better be running hard. If this is the first time to my channel, I will tell you a little bit about what I do through this channel. I have these videos. Most of them are 10 minutes long, and they're conversations that I have in which I'm talking about a lot of it's wisdom, insight, ideas, things that I think are important and I like to bring to this channel and share with the world. Some of the videos, more of the older ones, are actually of me singing, and then there's also some new ones of me singing. I love to sing, I love music. I am not really that great of a singer, and it's actually something that I want to improve on in the next couple of years. I don't know exactly when, but I do plan on actually paying for a voice coach because it's something that it's a talent that I want to see how much I can maximize and develop because I think it's such a wonderful thing when you can bring a beautiful gift to this world, and it's fun to see how much you can enhance your individual abilities. Okay, so in this video today I am going to talk about three things. The first one is our perspective on life and whether we look at our lives as a marathon or as a sprint. Big difference. The second one is creativity. And the third one is life goals. What is our ultimate thing we set out to achieve or to attain? Are we solely focused on collecting things? Is motivation our main, um, is money our main motivation? Or do we have more intrinsic goals and things that have more substance? So I'll be talking about all those things. First one, marathon or sprint? It's amazing how our perspective on things can make a huge difference on what we're creating, and we don't really realize it. So I want to share this because I really hope it adds value to you and wherever you are in your life and whatever you're doing. It's like the analogy of looking at a painting, and if you're really sad inside, the colors will not be as vibrant. You probably won't notice as much detail, and the expression in the painting, whether it's true or not, might come out in somewhat of a sad way to you because inside you feel sad. And that's your perspective. If you're joyful, you're happy, I'm sure the colors pop out at you, and you notice intricate patterns that everyone else is somewhat absent-minded to. And there's something cheery or exciting or fascinating about the painting. And it's somewhat all because of your perspective and how you're feeling inside. That is your approach to the painting. So, our perspective on our lives, do we approach our life as it's a marathon or as it's a sprint? And if we're approaching our life as if it's a sprint, we're probably doing a lot of quantity but not a lot of quality. And we may be just constantly looking to get somewhere else or attain something else, but we're not really immersing ourselves in the entire experience. If we approach life like it's a marathon, we're going to pace ourselves more. And we're looking to find joy and happiness and satisfaction all along the way because we know that it's a long race and that there's no like, oh, when I buy this home or I buy this car or I have this child or I meet the right person or the right relationship is finally working out, then I'll be happy. No, it's It's a constant immersion of every day going at it and giving it our best. And I was a runner in high school. Um, I was a long distance runner, and actually I should have been a sprinter, and I discovered this after having more personal training methods given to me after high school, and I did some evaluations, and regardless, I was a long distance runner in high school, and I was average. Um, but I can tell you, if I was going to run the 2 mile versus the 400, and the 400 is a quarter of a mile, I had a very different mentality in how I was approaching the race, and I started off at a very different pace. If you're going to run the 2 mile, that is 8 laps around the track. So you have to be in a mindset where obviously you're going to somewhat get in a zone, because 8 laps can be very tedious on a high school track. And the pace is very different. In a 400, which is 1 lap, a quarter of a mile, you have to start off fast enough to stay in the front if you want to have a chance. But if you go out too strong, you will definitely not have a kick and not have a prayer in the end. So, different mentalities. In life, I think a lot of us, we approach our lives like it is a sprint, and we don't develop habits that will allow us to endure, but not just endure, to make it to the end in the best possible way that we can arrive. And that means, having habits in your life that encourage you to get to the gym, to eat healthy, having healthy relationships, being mindful of your finances, and doing things every day that bring you joy and that make you a better person. So ask yourself that question. Every day, are you sprinting through your life, waiting to find that one thing that's going to make everything click? Or are you approaching your life like this full experience where you're always going to be learning, you're always going to be growing, you're always going to be changing. And because of that, you are never going to stop giving it your best. And you're also going to make sure that you take care of yourself and you take care of your mind and your heart and your soul, so that you don't run out of juice, and that you can make it to the end, and not just make it, but that you can say, I lived a full life and I did the things that I wanted to do. And I'm running out of time, so I'm going to skip on to my next subject. Only 2 subjects today. Life goals. So I think a lot of people, and myself included, sometimes our only perspective, back to perspectives, is maybe to accumulate more things. We choose jobs because one's going to give us more money than the other. We choose careers because one will allow us to live a different lifestyle than another. And there is a true emptiness in this world when our ultimate goal is just to accumulate more things. You can have so many things in your life. Only thing that matters is your relationship with what you have in your life. And if you value it, if you give thanks for it, if you acknowledge it, truthfully, there's only so much you can have that you can really give your full time and energy to. Oftentimes, we don't need more of anything. We just need more time. And we have this cyclical train of thought where whatever I do, it's just to attain better this, or to buy a fancier this. The truth is, if you could just stop and analyze what you're doing, you're never going to be happy on that boat. You will never, ever find satisfaction. It comes when you make up your mind that, like, whatever you have right now, it's good enough. Doesn't mean you don't strive for better things, but it means that your ultimate goal is not just to accumulate more, but it is to develop yourself through the experience, your skills, your mindset, and spiritually. And so change your frame of mind on what you're setting out to do in your life. If it is simply just to gain more from everything around you, just realize that that doesn't change anything inside of you. That a ring really only means as much as it means to you. And oftentimes, the only thing we need to change in our focus is trying to develop more of ourselves in the experience and putting more of our attention on what's inside instead of needing to gain everything outside when truly we can only possess so much at once. Hope this was helpful. More videos to come as always. Hope you're doing well and take care of yourself. Bye.